So really, what you're telling me is that while Salesforce is often thought of being an integral part of a sales organization, it actually plays a much broader role in a number of industries, including healthcare and finance. And really, it functions as a data repository similar to a Box or Google Workspace in the collaborative way because of how people upload, access, share, and work with sensitive information that ends up in the environment. Hey Ryan, I know we've talked a lot about Salesforce lately, and in a lot of people's minds, they think of it for salespeople or as part of a sales organization. But I know it's much more widely used. Can you tell us a little bit about what other industries use it and how they use it?
Yeah, definitely. If you look at Salesforce's customer base, Salesforce as a vendor, two of the biggest verticals that, they work in are healthcare and financial services, which oftentimes, you and I, we kind of think about Salesforce in terms of salespeople and maybe tech selling and technology and things like that. But think about all the business processes that are associated with a hospital or business flows that are associated with a bank. I think a great one that comes to mind to me if we're thinking about the financial services side is somebody who might be opening up a mortgage or getting a loan from the bank. That individual person probably has an account at the bank, which, in their terms would be an account object type. And opening up, that request for a loan or a mortgage is going to be an opportunity within their Salesforce org. And think about all the steps that go along with opening up that mortgage and all the different, data sets that need to be applied there and all the different things that need to be done in order to get that, mortgage pre-approved or move that process along. All of that is tracked in something like an opportunity within their Salesforce environment. And at the end of the day, this is really a business transaction for that organization, which just happens to be a bank or a financial services institution.
Here's the other interesting part that maybe a lot of folks won't know just based on this conversation is that, Ryan, I don't know if you've ever gone through the home buying process, but there is a ton of information and documents that you have to supply to the lender as you go through it. Personal information, banking and credit information, all sorts of critical, sensitive, personal, private, and financial information gets applied to the vendor, and they end up getting stored, of course, in the Salesforce environment to go along with the records and opportunities, which is, I think, mind blowing to a lot of people. So, given that information, what do people do or what should people do to protect their Salesforce environment?
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting back to basics a little bit. First, we need to understand what type of data is out there. Where is it located? Is it in the fields? Is it in attachments? Are they on files that are uploaded, attached to these different objects? And then have a basic understanding of who has access to it. How many employees or, what types of employees out there are able to access this information? How much access do they have? Can they give other employees access to this information? And then also, ultimately monitoring what are they doing day to day, who's accessing a record, who's accessing a file that's uploaded as an attachment. A lot of the basic things that I think we do here on the Varonis side day in and day out.
So, I mean, that should sound familiar for anybody who's gone through this type of security process or practice with any other data store, really, because it's very similar. So, really, what you're telling me is that while Salesforce is often thought of being an integral part of a sales organization, it actually plays a much broader role in a number of industries, including healthcare and finance. And really, it functions as a data repository similar to a Box or Google Workspace in the collaborative way because of how people upload, access, share, and work with sensitive information that ends up in the environment.
Spot on.